Thanks for being here. So, let's start in a seated position. Connect to our breath. Just give our foot bones a little movement, spreading. So we shift our feeling, our sensing of the lower body, into the foreground. It's just a very down and dirty way to increase the likelihood that we'll enter into physical, sensory, direct experience with our body. So active feet, breathing, sensing deep down to the sit bones and to the pelvic space. It's a very, very simple move. We can do it now. We can do it 1,000 times throughout the day. But it helps shift us into physical, feeling, embodied, sensing. And so the equation is really, really simple in some ways. Start feeling lower in the body, abdomen, back, pelvis, legs, feet. Be more apt to feel physically, sensory. It's not that we want to leave out the heart or the head, but again, these are embodiment practices. They're here to kind of elucidate what for many of us and culturally is a flabbier muscle, and we are going to develop it. So again, this is not a conceptual practice. Concepts are welcome, but this is about embodiment. Feel your breath. Sense your interior state. Feel the inner contours of your bodily territory and the space of your bodily territory. Feel the width of your shoulders. We could come up with infinite numbers of ways to sense our body. Feel the distance and the space between tailbone and skull bones. Feel the abdomen grow softer. Feel the swell of breath into the backside of the body. We could do just this for an hour, a week, a year. This is embodiment. Feel how the ribs expand with your breath. Feel how the ribs move down. Do they move down passively or actively? Do you participate in moving them down? Are they let down by gravity? Feel the depth of your chest cavity front to back. Use your breath to feel the depth of your chest cavity. Feel the eyes relax into their sockets. And everything we've just done together over the last few moments is easy to replicate over and over and over. It's scalable throughout the entire rest of your day. Just making these little switches in how do I tend. Let's place the soles of the feet together, Baddha Konasana. Use the fingertips on the ground behind your hips. Press. Inhaling. Feel the diaphragm descend. Feel the abdomen expand and soften, the back muscles. Feel that breath continuing into the pelvic floor. That was inhale. Now hold. Where does your feeling tend to focus? Does it kind of leap up? Does it go out of body? Does it stay planted like a seed deep in the soil of your body? Bring your hands just slightly forward, swift, thorough exhale, everything out. And when you've exhaled everything out, stay empty and start to draw in. You're drawing from the perineum, so the base of the pelvis, the floor of the pelvis, lifting, drawing up. But without leaving the base, the floor of the pelvis entirely. So yes, lifting up, but not leaving. Not leaving. Never leaving. Relax the belly when you need a breath. Gasp free. When you take that next deep breath, feel that it can begin in the base of the pelvis, in the lower abdomen, in the lower back. This is all by choice. We can design how we situate in our body, how we situate attentionally. We can decide, we can design it, breath by breath. This is why regular, frequent practice matters. All right, let's do another. Set the fingertips behind hips. Ow. As you're inhaling, you can decide, where do I begin to feel this breath, this movement? Inhaling. I can spread the ribs and lift the chest without leaving the low belly and the sacrum and the pelvic floor. And pause. Hold the breath. When we're holding our breath, our attention still hovers. It is locatable. Where? Where are you in your body? Where do you choose to be in your body? You're not afflicted by your thoughts. You're not afflicted by your feelings. You're not afflicted by your sensations. And bring the hands forward, swift, thorough exhalation, everything out. Stay empty. Stay empty. Drawing belly in. So I'm drawing from the perineum, never leaving the floor of the pelvis, yet lifting up. So extending and expanding, feeling, sensing from the base of the core, from the floor of the pelvis, all the way to where? Where do we have the capacity to extend feeling, sensing to? And then relax, release when you need to breathe. Okay, let's do one more. Connecting to breath. Locating breath in body. Locate it. Where do you tend to notice and feel breath? That is where the mind tends to gravitate. Okay. So when you're ready, third round. Feet active, just kind of wiggling them, feeling them, active feet. Sensing the feet, sensing the legs, sensing the pelvis. Inhaling into the floor of the pelvis. Into the lower abdomen, low back. Feeling that diaphragm descend down. We've gotten to play with these lower two diaphragms the last several days. Working and feeling this whole pelvic abdominal area. All the way up to the chest, holding the breath. When you're holding breath, where do you tend to feel? Is it up in the body, out of the body, central in the body, deep in the body, surface of the body? And that's designable. Bring the hands forward, exhale, everything out. Where you choose to feel is part of your design. If we focus on our thoughts, our runaway trains, and problems and matters of concern and mental life, then guess what? We tend to kind of feel one part of our body or none of our body, depending on how theatrically roped in we are to our thoughts. Now we can find practices that grow our connection to the heart. We can find practices, engage practices that deepen our connection to the guts, to the pelvis, to the body. After that round, just relax, resume breathing, Ujjayi breath, and we'll move to our hands and knees. Do a little embryonic turbo dog. So from hands and knees, slide your left hand way forward as if your left side's going to Get into embryo and slide your right hand back. It's okay if the forehead is on the ground, resting. Unshrug the right shoulder. And pulling that right elbow toward the knee or you can say the back of the mat. Getting the shoulder, the whole right shoulder to unshrug. These two shoulder blades doing very different things. Inhaling into the back of the heart. And feel the texture and the tone of the back of the heart. Feeling that with your breath, not your concept. Not like, oh, what do I imagine the back of the heart is like? That's not the probe. The probe is the breath. So you feel the tones and the textures with the breath. So you're getting a direct knowing the tone and the density and the texture of the back of the heart by going with breath into that space. That space contains anatomy, it contains the bones and the muscles and the discs of the spine and the tubes of the heart. But maybe you're already getting how this is a distinctly different tone and weight and feel than the pelvis. It's got a different quality. We'll switch sides. So slide the left hand back and stretch or walk the right hand forward. I'm just getting the shoulder blades to do two different things. Left shoulder and shoulder blade, I'm sliding down the rib cage. And the right arm is on stretch just by having walked forward and the butt's leaning back. And release. I'm going to reset for dolphin. Place the elbows under the shoulders, resetting the knees under the hips. Move both shoulders down away from the chin, and we'll exhale the knees off the ground. And just a reminder, if we got to work with the pelvic floor recently, feeling how breath reaches the pelvic floor in this position, in this configuration, my observation is there's often a tendency to clench around the hip sockets, the hip crease, and so the low back and the genitals. And deploying and feeling your breath reach down into the sacrum, into the pelvis. That might soften, creating more ease. Good. Walk the feet 1 inch closer to your elbows. And deepen breath. Deepen breath is about kind of engaging the breath physically. So bringing that physical engagement up. This is embodiment. Right between the shoulder blades, the back of the ribs. Do those back of ribs move? Do they expand? Those ribs spread and move? Do those muscles, are they working? Are they, in some ways, get physical. And let's discover more ease. So it's that right effort. I release. Let's set the knees down. We'll lie on back. Have a roll or object to squeeze. With the feet off the ground, the knees over the hips. Let's get into it. Inhale, the head and the shoulders up off the ground. Breathing into the back. The top rim of the sacrum moves toward the earth. Shift the tailbone. Exhale, reach out through the left leg. Spread the foot bones. So keep staying in and with the legs, the feet. Draw the low belly down. That low belly right by the pubic disc. Inhale, bend the left knee. Curl tail, exhale, reach out through the right leg. Sink the belly in and down. So to keep that focus in the low belly. Inhale, bend the right knee. Curl tail. Exhale, reach out through the left leg. Elbows, reach right. Sink the low belly in, down. Inhale, bend left. Curl tail, exhale, reach right. Sink the belly in. I continue, we'll do about 4 more each side. Some of the value of these repetitions I find, just like an endurance runner, you can start to gauge the endurance of your feeling awareness. You can start to have a little gauge for the growth and the blossoming of our stick-to-itiveness and sensing this area of the body. If you tend to experience it in fleeting glimpses, maybe through repetition, many frequent visits, maybe those glimpses are starting to expand into a steady sensing over many moments, many moments. Vacating our bodies. Once we're aware that we're vacating or leaving, it's no longer an option. Because the heart path is a feeling path. It's the willingness to feel not just what we want to feel or explore, but all of it. The pelvis, the back, the abdomen, the diaphragm, the ache, the ecstasy, the joy, the despair. It's the willingness to feel our way through life. And that includes the physical body. It must. It must. Grab a hold of object. Place between legs. Reach the legs up. Let's go right into it. Inhale into low back, low belly. So stay in, stay with, stay right in that pelvic space. Squeeze the object. Exhale, lengthen through the inner legs. Spread the foot bones. Float the head, shoulder blades off the ground. Maintain the squeeze. In fact, go ahead, get more physical. Squeeze it even more. Draw the low belly down. Lots of physical sensation here. Creating it, engaging it. All right, inhale, let the head down. Let the squeeze come off the object. And hold breath, squeeze object. Stay with the sensation, shift the tailbone up. Exhale, start to reach the legs up, float the head, shoulder blades up. Increase the squeeze. And shift the tail the second time. Sink the belly in and down. Inhale, let the head down. Hold breath, squeeze object. Exhale. Float head, shoulder blades up. Squeeze again. Curl tailbone a second time. Pull low belly down. Inhale the head down. Hold. Squeeze. Feet active. Exhale, start to reach up through the legs. Float head, shoulder blades up. Increase the squeeze. Curl tailbone a second time. Pull low belly in and down. Inhale, letting the head down. Letting the squeeze come off the object. All right, we're just going to keep going. We'll do about 5 more. You don't have to count that hard. It's not a conceptual counting game. Do a handful more. I'll do them with you. And when you're through, just put the object to the side and we'll do one more straddle. So bring the legs up and widely apart. Inhale the head and shoulders up off the ground. Exhale. Sensing the reach of both legs, low belly movement, the tailbone, how it shifts the pelvis. And continue, we'll do about 5 more. Sustained sensing. Let the inner leg, like the inseam, face to the sky. There you go. Once you're through, help your legs together with your hands. When you turn to a side, we're going to move to the wall for two items. One is just a simple chest opener on the wall. So let your front leg be the leg nearest the wall, and the hand nearest the wall kind of reaches back. So you adjust the spacing so that you can reach straight back without numbness kind of shooting down the fingers. You might have to bend your elbow a little bit to further guide the whole shoulder girdle, the blade, the muscles, the humerus, the bones down. While actively drawing the slack out of this upper neck shoulder, like pulling that slack down, deepen your breath. The tendency is to also kind of lift up out of the stance. So I just want to kind of reiterate. When our attention, our feeling awareness kind of redistributes elsewhere in the body, say up, maybe up toward the chest, there's a tendency to leave the lower body. Deepen the stance. Never leave. Never abandon this body. Deepen the stance, allowing ourself to feel the feet and the legs and the pelvis and the back as we're sensing our chest, our heart, and our shoulder. Embodiment. And let's release. We'll switch sides. So I'm saying we'll get into the other side chest opener. We say these words because we can't talk forever about, we just need some shortcuts. Chest opener, we know where to go. But this is an embodiment practice. Whole body, deep stance. Get in there. Feel those legs. Those legs are okay. Feel the pelvis. The pelvis is a wonderful thing. Okay? So I might be cueing us, feel this area, feel that area. And we might need to feel something in a discrete, kind of contained way to start to get the facility of, oh, that's what I feel, that's what I know, that's what I sense. But gradually, right, our willingness to feel and sense expands and expands and deepens, deepens. It's not that I'm just feeling these parts of the body. It's these parts are inside of a whole body. I can feel the whole body, and I can feel a particularity in that whole body. Okay, release. We'll do some downward dog at the wall. Just some really, really basic stuff today. But if we do the basic stuff with a quality of mind that wants to experience and wants to know, it's a brand new river. All right, downward dog. You sense the chest, what we were just feeling from a moment ago, still kind of lingeringly informing this downward dog. Still feel the breath in and behind the chest wall. I'll give you a moment to answer that question in your body. As we hear these words, I really want you to ask and answer and feel and explore the question in your body. Can you feel the breath in and behind the chest wall? Use your breath to feel. It's not a conceptual question, it's a feeling question. And then inhale, step your foot up hip height. Exhale, step your other foot up hip height. So you form basically a right angle with your body. Good. Now, staying with the sit bones and the pelvis and the legs, use those inner leg muscles and the sit bones. Lift the tail, the pelvis up away from your brain. Feel how the entire spine grows lighter. Does it? How do I use my legs to do that? Maybe that's the question. And step down. Once you step down, we'll take a spot on our mat at the top. Gonna glide through a few suns with a few extras. Inhale, reach arms up. And the tail and the heels sink down. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left foot back, lunge. Hands down, exhale, step back. And we'll lower to the ground, cobra. Inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Lunge, inhale, left foot forward. Hands to ground, exhale, step the right foot forward, fold. Inhale, stand, reaching up with the arms. Exhale, hands to heart. We'll do another. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right foot back, lunge. Hands to ground, exhale, step back. Cobra, inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right foot forward, lunge. Hands to ground, exhale, left foot forward, fold. Inhale, stand, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, fold. This time when you inhale the left foot back, keep the knee up, keep the heel up off the ground. And we'll give it one, maybe two additional breaths. Let the jaw relax, deepen into the stance. It's okay to feel the legs. It's okay to feel the pelvis. Get in there. Okay, softly set that left knee down. Padding adequate. Heel to butt lunge. Now as you're reaching for that, just noticing, did I kind of bounce? Did my feeling distribution bounce out of my pelvis? Am I roping it, retraining it back? Where did I go? Because you don't have to leave your pelvis. Right? Sustained, enduring, staying power. Okay. Release. We'll set that left foot down. Okay. Now curl those back toes under. We're going to set up into warrior two. Inhale, left toes curl under. Exhale as we press that back knee up. Just turn the pelvis to face the long edge of the mat. Use your right hand on your right thigh. Keep your left hand on the ground. Now inhaling into the pelvic floor, low back, sacrum. And as you're exhaling, use your right hand to arc the waist toward the back of your mat. And release. Inhaling, the hands to the ground, the left knee to the ground. We're setting up pigeon, so walk that right foot over. For this pigeon, once you lie the leg, the knee, the forearms down, walk that left foot directly behind the hip. Curl the toes under once again. And exhale, reach the heel back, the knee lifts, the thigh lifts, and draw that left leg back. And release. Inhale, hands under chest, under shoulders. Exhale, downward dog. Lunge. Inhale, step your left foot forward. We'll keep the right knee and the right heel off the ground. We'll do that all on the other side. Draw the arms up. And it is a lunge, so come on in. Their legs, their pelvis, their feet. Come on, lunge. Come on, lunge. Come on. Your toilet's lower than that. Your toilet's lower than that. Come on. That butt's cruising toward that calf. Come on now. Come on, butt muscles. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Come. Keep it coming. The knee bends. I know it does. There we go. There we go. That left butt's getting closer to the calf. Isn't that so much more interesting? Deep breath. There we go. There it is. Maybe upstairs in the library of your head thinking about pelvis. Look at this lunge. This is fantastic. Inhale, set the knee down very softly. Now don't leave. It's so great. Right hand grabs the right foot. Heel to butt lunge. Keep it coming. You can explore without overstretching. You can explore without injuring. That's why that moment-to-moment sensing is so wonderful. It's a safety feature as well as a depth feature. And we're going to release that right foot so we can press into a warrior two. So inhale, curl those back toes under. And take the knee off the ground. We'll set our left hand on the left thigh, the right hand on the ground. We may have to align the feet up a bit. And when we release, pigeon, we'll set the right knee down, walk the left leg over. Ensure that the right leg, kneecap, is walked behind the hip. And then with the toes curled under, exhale, draw that knee back. And so the right leg gets drawn back. Inhale the hands under the shoulders. Exhale, downward dog. And softly set the knees down. Have a seat. Do one more thing. And take the right hand, fingertips point toward the sit bones, and sit on the top of the hand. So that's palm face down. Spread the palm, reach down through the palm. Inhale, telescope the ribs up. So the arms held stationary, the ribs get a lift up. And then exhaling. So allow the head to tip in a way that's useful to feeling your neck, your brain, your face, your collar. And release. We'll switch sides. So I'm going to pin the left hand. Fingertips point towards spine. Lift up that left butt cheek. Sit on it. Reach down through the elbow and the palm. And now inhale the ribs. Feel the lift, the vertical lifting up of the ribs. Usually the arm just kind of rides with whatever the ribs are doing. But here we got the arm, the hand pinned, and I'll feel the ribs moving independent of the arm and shoulder. And release. All right, take a rest position. So whether you sit restfully, you lie restfully, well, the position is here to help us discover another form, another way of stillness. So without the physical efforting, can I still remain in touch with my physical body? The answer is yes, but how do you know that? And of course, we feel the physicality in the heart and in the head. And we feel the quality of heart in the body and in the mind. And we feel the quality of mind in the heart and in the body. And from here we'll conclude. Namaste.